decided to do skits right here with ink, so I got my ink brush out, and yeah, so we're just gonna go for it. Might get an ink pen to put in some of these lines up above here, but as of right now we're just gonna try and do the best we can. Tell you, this pen's got a little too much ink coming out of it. Keep threatening to grow my hair out long again, but I think it's about gone the way of the dodo. Like, I don't think I can get those nice long locks like I used to. They were never really nice because my hair's always been pretty thin, but I've thought about it, you know. It's like, why not? But I just don't think the power is there anymore. Nor do I really care to deal with it anymore. Whenever it's long, you gotta deal with it, and it's just, it's like, that's the one good thing about being a guy. You don't have to deal with long hair if you don't want to. And same with a woman. I mean, geez, you don't have to have long hair. Yeah, this is looking great. Alright. Loving it. This is going to be awesome. Alright, need to just do up a little bit more here. There we go. Makes that eye a little bit stronger. And let me get the one with all the ink in it. So I'm about to do something here. Yeah, I needed something for it to go up against, and kind of wondering if maybe I need to do a little something more here. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm kind of on the fence when it comes to this bit. Big thing when using this ink is you gotta let it dry, and then you gotta spray fixative it, so whenever you work over it, nothing happens. It's a big thing. But besides that, it is a-okay. Maybe I should work on the dumpster here. The dumps, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like that would be kind of cool to have that, and maybe I will. Let's just go ahead and do it. I can do it lightly. Don't have to have too much ink going down. Alright. Something like that. That looks really good. I know this is a little out of the, but you get the idea. Yeah, that definitely helps it out a little bit. Alright, we're gonna let this dry. Then I'm probably gonna take it downstairs and spray fix it a bit so we can work back over it. Alright, so I was able to spray fix it of this, and it's nice and dry now. And I still kind of smell the chemicals. You know, whenever you do some of that stuff, it's probably best to go outside and do it. That's what I do. I take it outside, I spray it, I let it sit out there for about 10-15 minutes, and then I bring it in. If you can, you know, that's probably best. Spray fixative can be kind of rough. But where we're at right here is I kind of want to figure out where the next part is going to be over here. Like I got skits coming in, got stuff over here, then I got the boxes starting to come in. I might draw a few more boxes coming this way, But what I want to show is the flying nun creatures kind of flying over past Skits. But what happened is Skit's going to come around this corner. He's going to jump in that garbage can, and they're going to fly on by. So what I want to do is I want to draw the dumpster with like Skits' strap hanging out the side, and then the nun creatures flying by over top like they just missed them. So let me get my pencil. See, this is the tough part. It's I want to get it so that it's perfectly placed on this page. And I'm kind of seeing like some forms coming this way. So I'm thinking I want the corner of the dumpster right about here somewhere. Maybe what I'll do is I'll say, okay, where's my thirds at? Thirds is probably right about here, actually. Right about there. Okay, so I'm going to put a little circle there. I believe that's probably right about where it needs to be. Okay, maybe just right about there. So I'm going to put that corner of the dumpster, I think, right there. That's where the strap's going to be. So let me put the corner of the dumpster right here. And then the strap's going to be hanging out right there. Oh, actually, let me do that there. That dumpster. Okay. There we go. There. That's cool. So that's where I want the eye to go to, pretty much right there. So you can see the strap hanging out of the dumpster. Might have to put a little bit more of the dumpster here. It's a dumpster fire, everything's gotta go. There we go. Alright, so now what I gotta do is draw in these little creatures flying by. Maybe put them right about here. Put one right about here. One right about here. Maybe another one heading off the page over here. Maybe one right there. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. One there, one there. Something like that. Just trying to think of, do I want probably gonna be 3 of them, but want it to kind of create a diamond, a pyramid here. Boom, boom, boom. I don't want it right above. So right there is where that one's going to be. Okay. Alright, well, all we got to do now is just draw them. Things are a little ridiculous, but hey, whatever. Kind of silly. There's one. This one will be more of a back view, I think. There we go. Can't really see this one, but it's there. Maybe I'll have a wing. Like that, and then another one. Like that. Yeah. That'll be kind of fun. Don't know where that one's going. It's just flying by. Boom, boom, boom. And then bam. I think that'll work pretty good. And then I think I'll put a couple more boxes right up in here. I know it's kind of silly. It's like, why do you have boxes flying in? Well, why not? Looks cool. Why not? There we go. Do another one right here. There we go. Didn't really draw that line too good, but that's okay. Whatever. Can't be perfect. Don't want it to be perfect. Actually, when you make things perfect, they tend to not look as good as they could be. That's just my opinion. They could look a lot better if it's not perfect. Let me put in maybe one more box over here somewhere. Put in a little box. Or an odd shaped box here. There's a little box. Feel like I need to do a little bit of other work. I'm gonna do this area right here in ink with the flying nun creatures, and I'm gonna do all that in ink. So that'll be that. And maybe I just won't put that on there. There we go. And again, I'm always thinking about the overall designs and patterns and shapes, and like what's going on. Mark making, just to create visual interest here and there. It's always really, really important. Okay. I think I'm going to get some paint out. I'm going to paint on this before I actually ink it. So let me get the paint ready and we'll be right back. Alright, so I got the roller out, and what I want to do is I just want to kind of hit this area right here. I feel like that's something that needs to be done. So yeah, kind of like that. Get a little bit more here. Yeah, I really like that. I think I'm going to do it right down in here too. Which I know you can't see this right this minute, but I'm just kind of getting this bottom area here. Yeah. Yeah, that helps. That really helps. Now I need to clean the roller. I'll be right back. Alright, so that definitely helped. Now I'm going to go back in with a little bit of the different paints here. I got this pink that I want to kind of lay down in a few spots. There we go. Mm-hmm. When you're doing stuff, there's times and places to put stuff down bold and strong, and then there's times to just kind of barely put it in, subtleties. So that's kind of one of the things you just got to figure out how to do, when to do it, that sort of thing. I've been thinking about this for a while. I want to put this pink in. some reason I feel like this pink should be over here on the skits, so let's just try it out and see what happens. I feel like this pink would work well with the purpley pink colored pencil that's down. No, that's right. That's going to look fine. It's going to look real good. And I'm putting this down a little thick, you know, because I kind of want to just, by doing this, it gives it a separation from the background. Makes it stand out just a wee bit more. There we go. There we go. Strong right there. There we go. Just putting it in here in a few spots. And I think that's it. I mean, I kind of like that. I think, well, actually something that I might do, make this stand out over here in the corner a bit more, is just kind of maybe put pink right up here in the corner like I did the other side. I think that'll help that stuff stand out just a wee bit more. And yeah, there we go. Just give it a little separation, you know. Get rid of the visual interest around it to make it stand out just a little bit more. And I'm going to let that dry, and I'm going to clean the brush out right quick, and we'll be right back. Alright, so everything's dried up and cleaned up. So what I'm going to do now is draw in these little bits here. I'm going to start off with the nun creature. Go. Yeah. There we go. I love running things off the page. I just find it to be really interesting to just kind of put things right up to the edge of the paper like that, like I'm doing right here. It's something that I really enjoyed about Degas. He would do that. He'd just put things right up on the edge of the painting or the piece. And it always turned out just looking great. He was amazing at doing that, and that's something that I've always remembered. It's just something I've always really enjoyed about Degas. Not afraid. Not afraid to do those things. Now something I'm going to have to do to make this strap stand out is I'll probably do some painting around it. That'll make it stand out a lot more. So but don't have to put everything in there, just a little bit. Sometimes you run across these areas where the ink doesn't want to stay down too well. That's fine, just let it dry and then go back over it. And it'll grab it like that. Be fine. Okay. That, I believe, is it for right this minute. I'm gonna have to dry this, and then you know, you have to let ink dry a good bit before you go back and work over it. So that's what I'm gonna have to do here. And then I'll come back in and do some painting, and that'll bring out that area just a little bit more, make it known that that's exactly where you want to look, even though that is the darkest thing on the page, so your eyes will kind of go there anyway. Yeah, I'm enjoying this. These 2 pages are looking great. There's a lot of interest on the page, a lot of stuff going on. It's starting to get a little more colorful. Still probably need to do a little bit more. What I'll probably do, these dumpsters are usually green. There's a little bit of reds, and there's a lot of reds working in this. So what I'll probably do is I'll work the reds back into this area a little bit, and then put the green right up next to it, and that'll be a big strong contrast, so it'll make you want to look right there. That might be what I do. Anyway, let's let this dry and we'll come back. So it was the weekend. I had a day to just kind of look at this. This is where I ended off, and not really happy with what I did here after looking at it. It's just kind of odd and random, and can't really tell what's going on, so I think I'm going to remove it and start over. The only problem is I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to remove it. I mean, this is ink, it's down, and I've spray fixatived it, something like that. I think I'm going to try sanding it off and just see what happens. I'm going to test a little area over here. This may not work because it's probably in the paper, because it is an ink. It kind of works. What I probably will have to do is just paint over it. I think that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm just going to paint over it. Okay, so let's just paint over it. I think, let me think about this for a second. Yeah, I think I might do it with some gesso. Or maybe I'll do it with a bunch. No, that's what I want to show. Okay, I'm just going to do some gesso and put it down. Sometimes you run into these times where you're just like, you know, what do I do? And this is one of them. So let me try some of this gesso. Just go to town. That's cool. I like that. It looks neat. Try this one over here. Kind of turned into like a gray, which is fine. Looks like it's going to show through a little bit here and there. We'll just see how it looks once it's dry, but I think this is how I'm going to do it. Yeah, just like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this dry. I'll sand it. First off, I gotta see how this is gonna shine through this. I might have to do a little more, which is fine. But I'm gonna just leave this, and once it dries, we'll look at it and we'll see what we got. Okay, so it only took a minute to dry this with the blow dryer. And you can see it's still kind of shining through, which is okay. You know, it's okay to have a little bit of that, but I don't want that much of it. So I'm going to do a little something. I'm going to use the magic mixture. The matte medium and marble dust mixture. And I'm going to use that to kind of go over some of this. And there's a reason for that, because the plastic in the matte medium will seal it and allow me to do whatever I want over the top of that. It's bleeding through the gesso, but it won't bleed through this. You'll be able to see it, but then I'll put something on top of it, and then you'll get nothing, and it'll be just fine. So that's what we're going to do. Probably should have done this in the first place, but whatever. There we go. Alright, so now we'll just let that dry. We'll be right back. Alright, so this is dry enough to do a little bit of playing around on it, which I'm going to get back into some colored pencils here and just gonna do a few little things. Got a little something pull up there, but that's alright. No. Oh, yep, it's coming up because of that ink. Look at that. Well, first mistake on this page, huh? Well, looks like I'm gonna have to. I probably should have sanded it first. Yep, see, the one that I sanded turned out just fine. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna peel this up, and then I'll sand it. Find something to peel it up with. There we go. Palette knife's always good for this type of stuff. This happens sometimes, you know. It's just the way it is. The ink was so thick that it just didn't want to have anything on top of it. Also, I probably could have let it dry a little bit more, but it should have already been dried. Alright, there we go. Oop, some paper too. That's alright. See, yep, it's happening over here too. These are some big heavy ink areas, so I'm not surprised. Should really do ink last on an area. Or just use black paint. Maybe next time we'll just use some black paint. There we go. Alright, I think I got most of the big chunks up. So now what I'll do is I get my sander. We'll sand this area out real nice. Got some more big spots there. Yeah, this paper's not that great a paper. Might have to get the vacuum out to vacuum this up. Got some big old chunks falling here. Anyway, good and smooth now. I'm going to get the vacuum and clean this up a little bit, and then we'll be back and we'll work back over it. Vacuumed up, clean. Let me get the magic mixture back out. I'm just going to put the magic mixture over this. I'll clean it up just fine. I'll probably put a couple layers down just so it's nice and thick. We don't run into that problem again. Alright, so we created kind of a mess for ourselves, but it'll just add to the texture and overall and fun of it. So there we go. Let it dry and we'll come back and work on it. Okay, so it's all dried. I'm going to sand it and then do a little bit of work into it. So let's go ahead and sand it first. Alright, good smooth surface. Now, just going to do some work like I was trying to do before with some colored pencils. So let's try and do some of that. Maybe kind of want to put the bottom of this box back in. There we go. Alright. Let's get a little bit of purple here. What I want to do is, some of these areas have just kind of been wrecked, and by doing just little things like this, putting in some visual interest, pattern making, that sort of stuff, it actually helps bring everything together a little bit more. Makes it feel more like it's supposed to be there. Let me sharpen this pencil. Alright. That's not the green I wanted. Yeah, this is the green I wanted. And also these colors just kind of make it whimsical and childlike and fun, you know. That's something that I like about just doing stuff with the colored pencils. It's almost like crayons in a way. You know, it's just fun. There we go. And some of these colors, they react a little differently than others. So that's something that you just kind of gotta learn on your own. Not all colors are the same. Alright, so now I'm going to do, I think, I'm going to do a little bit of paint. And I want to mix a few colors together. Got a little red. Wipe that off. Red. Light blue. Get this light blue here. I think that's going to be it. So, actually, Mix a little bit of this light blue and red. Need a little bit of white with this. There we go. Sometimes you just need to take your time and mix you some colors, you know. There's definitely an art to mixing colors. Alright, here we go. First I'm going to use a little bit of this blue. Way too small a brush for this area, but that's okay. Get a little water mixed with it. It's a bit thick. There we go. This is when you kind of work on stuff that may not actually be able to be seen because it's down in the crack area, but it works in the overall picture, and if it works in the overall picture, it'll help the overall even if it's down in the crack. Get this big brush, big round. And again, it's just little subtle things, you know, that really make stuff stand out. And remember, this is just the under bit that I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to still draw that stuff in again. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to put it in, but I just wanted to have some visual interest here first before I go working over the top of it. Get this brush. I'm using this brush a lot today. There we go. I just put it down. This is one of them colors I mixed. Garish, happy, clown-like, you know. Yeah. paper towel. Just using the paper towel to kind of suck up the extra paint and water on the edge. That way it don't go dripping into my area down here. There we go. Now that's looking good. Now I got something really neat and interesting that I can work over. Let me do a little bit more before we check out on this. I see something I want to do. Very Easter-like colors actually I got going on here. All right. I think I'm pretty happy with this now. I'm going to go ahead and let it dry, and we'll come back to it and start putting in the drawings and whatnot. Yeah, I'm really happy with how this is turning out. Again, happy with it again, I should say. Anyway, we'll be back. So I'm really happy with the way all this looks. I mean, this piece is, in my mind, is done, but I also got to think of storytelling wise if I'm missing something. I feel like I'm missing something storytelling wise because, you know, Skits comes over here and hops into this dumpster to hide from the creatures. I don't know. I just feel like there's something missing. You know, storytelling wise, I gotta kind of tell that story of him jumping in. You know, maybe it's, I don't know, it's a big piece of tape I put on here. Eat all that. This is where, you know, sometimes you run into these spots where it's like, dang, this is done, you know, but it's not telling the whole story. But maybe what I need to do is just say, this is done, and I put it in on the next page. I mean, I could do that, you know. Maybe I'm gonna put this tracing paper down and just see about maybe. Say I wanna show the dumpster. Maybe I wanna show Skits inside here. Alright. And there's the Just a hand. You know, it's a delicate process, you know, between representation and non-representation, you know. For me, all of these marks and colors and shapes, they tell just as much of a story as the visual representation of skits, you know, going on his adventure. But I also got to remember that, you know, other people got to understand what's going on too. Maybe I just need to have skits kind of coming out of the dumpster, you know. Maybe something like this. Maybe I can integrate something like that into the actual finished piece here. I don't know. I'm just gonna sketch around with it and see, you know, what I think. Let me take this and just tear it up a little bit. And what I'm doing is I'm just getting the essential bits of the drawing that I need. Now, does that need to be here? I don't know. Maybe it doesn't even need to be here and I just need to go on to the next page. Maybe it needs to be kind of something like that. Yeah. Let me tear the rest of this up here. Maybe it just needs to be down here in the corner where it's like, haha, fooled you. Maybe it just needs to be right there where that dumpster is. Maybe that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna draw it right on here. Anyway, I just wanted to take y'all through, you know, it's like, where does the piece end, you know? Where do you say, okay, that's done, let's move on? And the thing I gotta remember is, I am gonna be, I like that better, actually. You know, I am gonna be putting dialogue on these pages. So it is something where I can move the story on with a little piece of dialogue here. I don't necessarily have to show things all the time, but you know, this is a visual medium. Show it, don't say it, right? But I think I like the drawing like this a little bit better. And I think that's how I'm going to do it. I like that a lot, actually. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Alright, let me, I'm going to put this right here next to it. I'm going to draw it right here. That's what we're going to do. Alright, let me, now that we figured that out, I'll just draw it right quick. I don't need to restart the video. You know, sometimes all you gotta do is just flip something around and then you got it. So that's what happened there. But I am gonna have to change where the arm's coming out. I'll have to be on the other side, but that's okay. That's okay, not a big deal. There you go. I'll put it on right here. There we go. Put a little bit of this hair in here. This is awesome. Maybe I'll put the, yeah, that'll be fine. Okay. And this time I'm just going to leave it in pencil. I might add a little bit of shading to it, but I'm going to leave it as pencil. That way it's kind of light, you know, it's something you got to look for. And I think that'll make it a little bit better. Yeah, that's really good. That's exactly what I needed. See, like tracing paper, it can be one heck of a savior, man. It'll help you out a lot. And what I might do is I'll get some paint and just very lightly add some bits to this to kind of make it pop a little bit more. But that's it. That's gonna be it. Let me get the paint ready and we'll be right back. Alright, let me just get a little bit of paint in here. It's too much. Go. There we go. Just lightly build it up. There we go. Just lightly put it in. There we go. I'll put this in a little more bold down here. There we go. Alright. Let me just dry this and we'll see what we got. So now I'm just using a little bit of fluid graphite to kind of boost up some of the darks. Just a little bit. There we go. Lots of fun there. I think that's going to be just about it. Let's go ahead and dry it and see what it looks like, and we might be done with this page.
If you like what you're seeing here, give us a like, share, subscribe. Also go on over to the skitscomic.com website. All videos show up there a week before they ever hit YouTube. While you're there, pick you up a comic book, print, or go ahead and get you an original piece of art. Lastly, go over to Indiegogo.com and sign up for the book that you're actually watching being made right now. Thank you and have a great day.